Y hablando de sostenibilidad, tenemos ya a nuestra compañera Marta Vilar para entrevistar a David Czupryna, Senior Portfolio Manager en Candriam, sobre la estrategia del fondo Candriam Sustainable Equity Circular Economy Fund. Te escuchamos, Marta.
Sí, pues hacemos un pequeño paréntesis en los próximos minutos para hablar de economía circular y de cómo entra también esto en el proceso de inversión en una cartera. Lo vamos a hacer con Candriam. Está con nosotros David Czupryna, que es Senior Portfolio Manager en Candriam. David, thank you so much for being here in Negocios Televisión. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me.
David, what is the strategy of your fund, of the fund Candriam Sustainable Equity Circular Economy? Why do you place value on the circular economy?
Sure. The strategy invests in companies that support the transition towards a circular economy. Why is it important? I'll give you 3 reasons. One is environmental. We are producing more and more waste. Today, 2/3 of all fishes in the world, the fishes we eat, contain plastic because of all the plastic we use for packaging. Number 2, today we realize in Europe that we need to become more independent in terms of resources. We can't keep importing everything from other regions, some of them not democratic. So if we manage to use and reuse, recycle all the resources we have already in Europe through the circular economy, that means we need to import less resources, we become more independent. That's a geopolitical reason, but that's also an economical reason, because that creates employment. It means that we can keep growing our economy, invest in the energy transition, but doing that whilst becoming also more independent from an energy and materials perspective. That's what the circular economy brings, and that's why we've created this fund to invest in these companies.
In which areas of the circular economy are you focused in this fund?
We see 4 main areas where we want to invest. One is companies that enable the economy to use less resources through the use of renewable resources. We need to mine less to make less plastic, but also through gains in efficiency, where we can make more products with less resources. So it's using less resources is the area number 1. Number 2 is recovering resources. Recycling, for example. If we recycle a piece of clothing, excuse me, a piece of clothing or the tire of a car, we recycle it, it means we can recover it. That's number 2, recovering. Number 3 is expanding the life of products. If we can use existing products for longer through second-hand markets, but also just by making products repairable, that creates new activities, but that also means we need to produce less new products. So using longer is the 3rd area, and the 4th one is sharing. Developing an economy of sharing, car sharing, equipment sharing, everything that enables to increase the degree of use of existing products.
David, what metrics do you use in Candriam to identify a company that can be part of this fund?
Yeah, metrics vary depending on which company we are looking at. There is no standard for the circular economy. If you look at a company recycling plastic, for example, the metric will be how much plastic is the company recycling, how much CO2 is it emitting. But if you look at a company that operates a second-hand marketplace, there the metric will be very different. It will be how much used products have been sold through this platform. And finally, if you look at a company making shoes, here the metric will be how much of recycled material is in the shoes they are making, they are selling. That will be a key metric. So as you see, it varies depending on the company and the sector.
Why is it profitable to invest in the circular economy?
Well, the regulation in Europe, outside Europe, is quickly evolving and pushing companies to become more circular. Some of them are investing and reaping the fruits of that investment, and so are gaining market share essentially. So we want to invest in these companies that can use the transition towards the circular economy to become more competitive, and as investors then we profit from their competitive gain. Secondly, the fact that governments want to become more independent from a resource perspective is also creating a lot of momentum for the circular economy and for the companies that are positioning themselves in that area.
David Czupryna, Senior Portfolio Manager at Candriam. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Bueno, pues David nos hablaba de por qué es momento ahora mismo de invertir en la economía circular, nos hablaba de las particularidades de este fondo de Candriam, el Candriam Sustaniable Equity Circular Economy Fund, y nos decía que, bueno, por ejemplo, los esfuerzos que están haciendo los gobiernos, las autoridades por ser un poquito más sostenibles hacen que este tipo de inversión ahora sea rentable y sea buen momento para apostar por ella.